Welcome back to the Quarantine Sales Book Club. My name is Rob Spence. I'm your host. I'm also a sales trainer, sales author, sales consultant. I own a massive sales and marketing firm here in the UK, and I'm the overall original sales nerd. Now, if you saw the introduction last week, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 of my most favourite sales books, because I'm a massive advocate in the fact that as salespeople, as business people, need to study, we need to read, we need to learn more about sales. And of course, we're in quarantine right now, and I thought, what better time than to give you some of the best books or provide you some reviews on the best books that you could be reading right now to really benefit you and your business or your sales when we get out of this madness. So, welcome to week 1. So we're starting in at number 10. Number 10 of the Quarantine Sales Book Club. We're going to start with this bad boy. Very, very unheard of. Very unheard of. It's not like a really popular book that everyone raves about and kind of goes on about. But Getting Past No by William Urys. This was a fantastic book. And look, I actually picked it up in a charity shop for £1.50. Bargain. What word does most people want not to hear? No. So surely Getting Past No is an incredible book that you should be reading. And do you know what? It's been a while since I read this. I think I read this 2 or 3 years ago. And, you know, if memory serves me right, this is a sequel to a book that was written originally by the same author and a co-author called Getting to Yes, you know, similar kind of sales book. And, you know, I'll read out to you the blurb in a second so you can learn a little bit more. But, you know, the contents, we're talking about how to negotiate with difficult people, how we shouldn't react, how we should disarm people, making it hard to say no. All of the key things that any salesperson needs to have in their armoury, so that when they do hear the word no, because let's face it, as a salesperson, you will hear the word no. There's no ifs or buts about it. This book will teach you how to get past no. Now, in terms of readability, it's very easy to read, nice size font, very well readable, nice and broken out into big paragraphs, nice chapters, like I say, really well read. Nice quotes, I love a good quote, it always helps you to think as a salesperson. Not a massive book, let's have a little look here. We've got 146 pages. 146 pages. So if we think about the time it's going to take to read a book, it's not going to take that long. Let me just quickly read out the blurb to you. So William Urys, co-author of Getting to Yes, the classic 2 million copy bestseller on negotiation, now presents a proven 5-step strategy for tackling the very thorniest aspect of the subject, dealing with people who will not deal. How can you get to yes when the other person says no? How can you negotiate successfully with a difficult client, an irate customer, a stubborn relative, or a deceitful colleague? Beg your pardon. What approach works best with people who use stonewalling, threats, and tricks to get their way? When all the techniques you know for fast and reasonable cooperative negotiation fail, turning to Get Past No to discover how to stay cool under pressure, disarm angry adversaries and break through resistance, stand up for yourself without provoking opposition, deal with underhand tactics and dirty tricks, find mutually agreeable solutions, use power constructively to reach agreement, and get what you want. So, Getting Past No is a very, very, very good sales book in my eyes. Sure, I guess you could class it into the negotiation skills aspect of business books. However, let's face it, that's all that sales is, right? It's a negotiation. And what I love about this book is the fact that it's fairly unheard of. It's not sort of on the top of everyone's list. And yet, it's one that really resonates. And the stories and the skills and what it's talking about in here are very relevant to today's market, even though it was published back in 1991, I believe. So the reason it's at number 10 in my list of the Quarantine Sales Book Club is because it's a very good book. Perhaps it doesn't quite sort of hit the kind of targets that I'd like to set for a sales book. However, I know that when I read this, it really resonates with me and it sits high on my bookshelf because it talks about things in a different way. And like I say, normally a lot of sales books will talk about how to get you to that closing stage of the sale, or perhaps how to close a sale. but this will teach you how to handle things when you hear that word no. So guys, number 10 on the Quarantine Sales Book Club, Getting Past No. Do go give it a read, and I look forward to sharing the rest of the list with you over the coming weeks. Remember, please do hit like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you hit subscribe, please do hit the little bell button so you're notified. These videos will be coming around every Wednesday, and we're going to be sharing with you the best sales guides that you can read during quarantine and beyond.